Hello 4th and 5th graders. I wanted to send you this video so that along with your packet that you're working on daily, we could still go over some SBAC test prep questions and just to be able to get some more knowledge on a daily basis. So I have a few problems that we're going to work out, and I have my whiteboard here which we're going to do together. The first problem that we're going to do, I'm going to hold the paper up to the screen and you're just going to go ahead and press pause, and then you can write the problem down if that's easier for you. So we're going to go ahead and do problem number 4. Actually, sorry, on this paper it's number 2. So go ahead and write that word problem down. You can pause it right here. 1, 2, 3. There you go. And now that you have unpaused and you have the problem there, we will go ahead and read this together. Okay, so the problem says, for 5 days in a row, Kate ran a course that is 4.74 kilometers long. How many kilometers did she run in all? Okay, so as you have the problem, your word problem in front of you, let's go ahead and solve this together. Well, it says that she did 5 days of running in a row. And just as always, when we have word problems, let's go ahead and do this together. I'm going to do it with you, and let's underline the key detail. The first key detail says, for 5 days in a row, so that's a key detail that this took place over 5 days. So I'm going to go ahead and underline 5 days. She ran a course that is 4.74 kilometers long. So let's go ahead and underline that distance because that is a key detail. Now the question is what we always circle. So we'll go ahead and circle the question so that we know how to answer and what the question is actually asking. And it's asking us, how many kilometers did she run in all? So if we know that the course is 4.74 kilometers long, and I'm just going to write that there just to start because that's my first key detail. And she ran that over 5 days. So we need to know how much did she run in all. So we've gone over this in class. We have to think, what are our options? Well, obviously we're taking 4.74, but she did that over 5 days. So would the total be getting bigger or would it be getting smaller? It would be getting bigger because this is just 1 day. So we're going to multiply that by how many days? That's right, 5 days. So we're going to go ahead and put our multiplication sign, and your problem should look just like that right about now. And in class, we always put our lines so that we can separate our columns just so that it's nice and neat, because when you have this many numbers, it can get a little sloppy, and you don't want to get the wrong answer just because you went out of line, okay? So let's go ahead and do this together. 5 times 4 is 5, 10, 15, 20. You're going to put your 0 here, and you're going to carry your 2. And I like to put my little circle on top just like we do in class so we know it's something that we carried. Then we're going to do 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 more, 36, 37. So my 7 goes just here and my 3 will go up here. And last step would be 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3 is 23. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in a box just like I always do, just there so that it's nice and neat. 2370. Now that 2370, are we done at just that? No, we're not, because we have a decimal here. So we have to see, just like we do in class, how many times or how many numbers are before that decimal so that we can adjust our place value of the decimal. So it's moved 1 place and 2 place. So from the end of the number, we move 1 and 2, and we give it its new home. So the answer is now 23.70, but 23 point, and we can even just get rid of the 0 because it's 23.7, but what are we talking about? We are talking about kilometers. So we have to make sure that we put our sign there so that we answer completely, and we write 23.7 kilometers, and that would be your answer for that problem. So go ahead and pause it, and if you need to write this down, and make sure that you got the right answer, then go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to erase the board, and we are quickly going to move on to 2 different problems, but these problems are really, really important. We have been working with exponents and we've been working with division and decimals, but this is just a little bit different, so I wanted to go over it with you. we're also going to do, let's go ahead and do number 23. So go ahead and look at number 23 on this paper. I'll point to it, and then you can go ahead and write that down. So this is this problem just here. So go ahead and write that down. Pause while you do that. Okay, and I will write the same problem down. So 793 divided by 10 to the second power. Your problem should look like that. Okay? Now, the first step that we need to do is go ahead and look at our order of operations. PEMDAS, are there any parentheses here in this equation? No, there's not. But the next step would be exponents, which we do have. So we're going to go ahead and change this 10 to the second power with 10 times 10, which would bring it down to 100. And that would be our first step so far, so that we're converting the exponent. Now I'm going to bring my division sign down, and I'm also going to bring my 793 down. Now at this point, I have a more clear equation. However, instead of doing a full division problem of this, we can actually add a decimal to this whole number so that we can adjust the decimal and get the correct answer. Okay, and how we do that, you're probably wondering, well, there is no decimal. But we have to remember, and we've gone over this once in class, but I want to remind you again. Because this is 793, this is a whole number. So after a whole number, you can put a decimal. Then, when we divide, what is our cue that we do in class? When we divide, do we move the decimal to the right or to the left? We have our little secret code called DLE, which means divide to the left, everything. So we will go ahead and divide and move our decimal to the left. We'll count how many zeros we have. We have 1 and 2. So we've done this in class several times together. So we're going to go ahead and get our decimal and move 1 and 2 and give it a new home. And we can put it in a nice clear box. Now we're at 7.93. And that would be your final and correct answer. Okay, so I'll go ahead and leave this here, pause it, and then you can write it down. There you go. I'm going to do one more of these just because it is important. Just to recap, like I said, we've worked with exponents and decimals, but when you see a number and there is no decimal and it's just a whole number, we can add that decimal at the end because it is a whole number. Let's go ahead and try another one. It's a little bit bigger, but we're totally fine and we can do it. Write down number 11. So that's going to be this number here, and we'll go ahead and do it. This is a similar problem. Pause and write it down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write it and we'll solve it together. So we have 8,794 divided by 10 to the third power. Okay, your board should look like that, or your paper and pencil. Now, just like with order operations, same thing we do again. We look for parentheses, there are none. Next one is exponents. Let's go ahead and convert our exponents. 10 to the third power would be 10 times 10 times 10. And 10 times 10 is 100, and 100 times 10 would be 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that number down there. So now I have a 1,000. I will bring my division sign now because I'm going to create my new equation and bring down my whole number, 8794. Okay, so just like we did last time, it probably just clicked in your head and you thought, oh wait, I know what to do. So I think you're telling me, and I hear it. That's right. We'll add a decimal at the end of this whole number. So we're going to add our decimal there. Let's go ahead and count our zeros. 1, 2, 3. So since we're dividing, again, our secret class code is DLE because that's our class at school, and we know divide to the left because it's definitely not Mr. multiply to the right because we're dividing. So let's go ahead and move to the left 1, 2, 3 times and give our decimal its new home. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and I will put it in a box so that we can rewrite it nice and neatly, and that's 8.7, 9, and 4. Let's make that 4 a little bit more straight. There you go. I'll let you go ahead and pause that. And that is your final answer. So today we've gone over 3 SBAC prep questions. I hope that was a great help to you. If you have any questions about this, please comment below. Let me know if you totally got it. And great job, and I look forward to making more videos for you soon. Thank you. Take care, 4th and 5th grade.